Have you ever been woken up in the middle of the night with a sharp, twisting pain in your leg or foot? You reach down, try to stretch it, but the cramp just won't let go. That moment when your muscle seize up unexpectedly can feel like an eternity of discomfort. The tension, the tightness, the way it seems to grip your body and refuse to release, it's a unique kind of pain that many of us know all too well. You're not alone in this experience. Cramps become more common as we age, affecting our quality of life in ways both small and profound. They can steal your rest when they strike at night, interrupt your walks when they catch you mid-stride, and even rob you of the simple joy of movement that we often take for granted until it's compromised. But what if relief was closer than you thought? What if a few simple things already in your home could bring quick comfort when cramps strike? Today, I want to share with you 5 powerful remedies that can help tame those painful muscle spasms. Remedies that don't require expensive treatments or complicated routines, just a little knowledge and preparation. If you or someone you love has battled cramps often, know that there are gentle, effective ways to address them. These solutions come from both traditional wisdom and modern understanding of how our bodies work, especially as we journey through the different seasons of life. The truth is, our bodies change as we age. Muscles that once recovered quickly may now need extra care and attention. Circulation patterns shift, nutrient needs evolve, and the delicate balance that keeps our muscles functioning smoothly can sometimes falter. But with awareness comes the power to respond with kindness to these changes. Does this sound familiar to you? The frustration of dealing with cramps that seem to come out of nowhere? If so, I invite you to stay with me as we explore these 5 home remedies that could transform those moments of discomfort into opportunities for healing. Let's begin with a remedy that addresses one of the most common underlying causes of muscle cramps, particularly as we age: magnesium deficiency. Magnesium magic, the mineral your muscles crave. There's something almost miraculous about the relationship between magnesium and your muscles. This essential mineral works quietly behind the scenes, playing a crucial role in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body. But perhaps its most noticeable job is helping your muscles relax after they contract. As the years pass, your body gradually becomes less efficient at absorbing magnesium from the foods you eat. Studies have shown that by the time we reach our 60s and 70s, many of us are getting only a fraction of the magnesium we need. This silent deficiency can manifest in various ways, but one of the most immediate and painful signs is muscle cramping, particularly those nighttime leg cramps that can jolt you from peaceful sleep. What makes magnesium so essential for muscle function? When your muscles contract, calcium ions flow into muscle cells. When it's time for those muscles to relax again, magnesium helps escort those calcium ions back out. Without sufficient magnesium, muscles can remain in a contracted state longer than they should, resulting in the painful spasms we know as cramps. The beauty of addressing magnesium deficiency is that you can approach it through your daily diet. Dark leafy greens like spinach and kale are rich sources, as are nuts, especially almonds, seeds, particularly pumpkin seeds, and whole grains. Even a square of dark chocolate contains beneficial magnesium, a delicious way to support your muscle health. For a more immediate solution, especially if dietary changes alone aren't sufficient, you might consider speaking with your healthcare provider about magnesium supplements. These come in various forms. Magnesium citrate, magnesium glycinate, and magnesium malate are often well absorbed. A gentle approach might be to start with a small dose and observe how your body responds. Have you noticed that your cramps tend to appear after particularly stressful days or nights of poor sleep? This is no coincidence. Stress depletes magnesium stores in your body, creating a cycle that can lead to more frequent cramping. In these instances, replenishing your magnesium might help more than you think, addressing not just the symptom, but one of its root causes. I'd like you to pause for a moment and consider your own experience with cramps. Do they come at predictable times, or do they seem random? Understanding the patterns can help you apply these remedies more effectively. If you're with me so far and finding this information valuable, let's continue our journey to the next remedy, one that brings immediate relief through the simple power of heat. Warm compress or hot towel? The comfort of heat therapy. There's something deeply comforting about warmth. When pain strikes, it's often our first instinct to place a warm hand over the affected area. This natural impulse has wisdom behind it, especially when it comes to muscle cramps. Applying heat to a cramping muscle works on multiple levels to bring relief. First, heat dilates blood vessels, improving circulation to the affected area. This enhanced blood flow delivers more oxygen and nutrients while removing waste products that may contribute to cramping. The increased circulation alone can significantly reduce the duration and intensity of a cramp. Beyond the physiological benefits, heat also works on a neurological level. The sensation of warmth activates temperature receptors in your skin, which can temporarily override pain signals traveling to your brain, a natural form of pain relief that requires no medication. Creating a warm compress at home is remarkably simple. You can use a microwavable heating pad designed specifically for this purpose, or create your own with household items. A clean towel soaked in warm, not hot water, wrung out, and applied to the cramping area can work wonders. Some find that adding a dry towel on top helps retain the heat longer. For those midnight cramps that catch you by surprise, keeping a heating pad by your bedside can mean the difference between extended suffering and quick relief. Apply the warmth directly to the cramping muscle for 10 to 15 minutes, breathing deeply and allowing the tension to melt away. The beauty of heat therapy lies in its simplicity and immediacy. There's no waiting period, no complex preparation, just the direct application of a comfort measure that has been used across cultures and generations. Have you ever tried this method during a sudden cramp? The relief can be surprisingly quick, often reducing both the pain and the duration of the muscle spasm. Many find that combining heat therapy with gentle stretching, which we'll discuss shortly, creates a powerful 1-2 approach to cramp relief. I'm curious, has heat been part of your pain management toolkit before? Whether it's for cramps or other types of discomfort, the therapeutic value of warmth is something worth exploring. If this remedy resonates with you, you'll appreciate our next approach as well, a traditional remedy with science now backing its effectiveness. If you're finding these strategies helpful, stay with me. We're about to explore an age-old remedy that might surprise you with its effectiveness. Have you ever considered the healing potential of something probably sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now? Apple cider vinegar, the old folk remedy that works. Sometimes the most effective remedies are those that have stood the test of time, passed down through generations before science had the tools to explain why they work. Apple cider vinegar is one such remedy, a staple in traditional medicine cabinets that modern research is now validating for cramp relief. The secret behind apple cider vinegar's effectiveness lies in its rich potassium content and its ability to help balance electrolytes in your body. Electrolytes, including potassium, sodium, calcium, and magnesium, are minerals that carry electrical charges and are essential for proper muscle function. When these electrolytes become imbalanced, particularly when you're slightly dehydrated, muscles can contract involuntarily, resulting in painful cramps. Apple cider vinegar, especially the unfiltered variety with the mother, those cloudy strands you might notice floating in the bottle, contains potassium and other beneficial compounds that can help restore this delicate balance. The acetic acid in the vinegar also appears to help your body absorb essential minerals more effectively from the foods you eat. When a cramp strikes, try this simple remedy. Mix 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a glass of warm water. The warmth of the water enhances circulation, while the vinegar provides those crucial electrolytes. Sip this mixture slowly rather than gulping it down, allowing your body time to absorb and utilize the beneficial components. If the taste is too strong for you, a small amount of honey can make it more palatable without diminishing its effectiveness. Some people find that taking a small amount of apple cider vinegar regularly, perhaps in a morning drink or as part of a salad dressing, helps prevent cramps before they even begin. This preventive approach might be particularly valuable if you notice cramps occurring regularly. It's worth remembering that while apple cider vinegar is generally safe for most people, its acidic nature means moderation is key. Start with small amounts and observe how your body responds. As with any remedy, listening to your body's feedback is essential. Are you surprised that something as simple as vinegar could help with cramps? Often it's these humble pantry staples that carry some of the most potent healing properties. Have you ever used apple cider vinegar for health purposes before? Many people discover its benefits for cramps and then begin exploring its other traditional uses as well. Keep watching. The next remedy is a gentle stretch anyone can do from a chair, perfect for preventing those nighttime cramps that disturb your rest. I think you'll find this particularly valuable if mobility is sometimes a challenge. Simple toe stretch or calf flex before bed. Preparation for peaceful rest. Our bodies are designed for movement, yet modern life often finds us sitting for extended periods. This sedentary pattern, combined with natural changes in muscle elasticity as we age, can create the perfect conditions for nighttime cramping. The good news is that just a few minutes of intentional stretching before sleep can significantly reduce your risk of being awakened by painful muscle spasms. Tight muscles, poor circulation, and dehydration form a troublesome trio that commonly triggers nighttime cramps. As you rest, your muscles cool down and sometimes contract. If they're already tight from a day of limited movement, this natural contraction during sleep can cross the threshold into painful cramping. The key is to introduce gentle movement before bed that keeps your muscles flexible and prepared for rest. One of the most effective stretches targets the calf muscles and Achilles tendon, areas particularly prone to cramping during sleep. Try this simple routine. Sit comfortably on the edge of your bed or in a sturdy chair. Extend one leg in front of you, keeping a slight bend in the knee to avoid strain. Gently flex your foot, pulling your toes towards you until you feel a mild stretch along the back of your leg. Hold this position for 10 seconds while taking deep, relaxing breaths. Release, then switch to the other leg. Repeat this sequence 3 to 5 times on each side. What makes this stretch so effective is that it mimics the natural movement your body might need to perform if a cramp begins. By familiarizing your muscles with this motion before sleep, you're essentially training them to release tension more readily. For those who experience foot cramps, there's a complementary stretch. While seated, place a tennis ball or specialized foot roller under your foot. Gently roll from heel to toe, applying comfortable pressure. This helps release tension in the plantar fascia, the band of tissue that runs along the bottom of your foot, which can be another source of nighttime cramping. The beauty of these stretches lies in their simplicity and accessibility. They require no special equipment, can be performed regardless of fitness level, and take just minutes to complete. Yet this small investment of time can transform your sleep quality by reducing the interruption of painful cramps. Even 2 minutes of stretching can change your whole night. Have you noticed how your body feels different after taking time to stretch? There's often an immediate sense of release and relaxation that extends beyond the physical, preparing both body and mind for restorative sleep. Try incorporating these stretches into your bedtime routine tonight and notice what changes. I'd be curious to hear what differences you observe, both in how you feel as you fall asleep and whether it affects the frequency of nighttime cramps. If you've stayed with me this far, you're clearly committed to finding natural solutions for cramp relief. Our final remedy addresses perhaps the most fundamental aspect of muscle health, yet it's one that's surprisingly easy to overlook in our busy lives. Hydration with a pinch of salt, the delicate balance your muscles need. Water is life. This simple truth becomes even more apparent when we consider the role of proper hydration in preventing muscle cramps. Our bodies are approximately 60% water, and this fluid is essential for countless bodily functions, including optimal muscle performance. As we age, several factors make dehydration more common and more problematic. First, our thirst sensation often diminishes over time, meaning we may not feel thirsty even when our bodies need fluid. Second, older adults typically have a lower percentage of water in their bodies compared to younger people, creating a smaller margin of safety when fluid intake decreases. And finally, many medications commonly prescribed for age-related conditions can have a diuretic effect, further challenging hydration status. Dehydration affects muscles on a cellular level. Without adequate fluid, the space between muscle cells decreases, leading to increased friction and concentrated electrolytes, a perfect recipe for cramping. Even mild dehydration can significantly increase your risk of muscle cramps, particularly during rest when circulation naturally slows. The solution seems simple: drink more water, but effective hydration for cramp prevention goes beyond just increasing fluid intake. The balance of electrolytes, particularly sodium, plays a crucial role as well. While we often hear about reducing sodium in our diets, and this is indeed important for many conditions, some sodium is essential for proper muscle function. Sodium helps transmit nerve impulses and is involved in muscle contraction and relaxation. This is why a completely salt-free diet can actually increase cramping in some individuals. The key is balance. Try sipping water steadily throughout the day rather than consuming large amounts at once, which allows for better absorption. If you've been sweating more than usual, perhaps due to warm weather, exercise, or illness, adding a small pinch of sea salt to a glass of water can help replace lost electrolytes. Alternatively, natural electrolyte powders without artificial colors or excessive sugars can be beneficial. For a gentler approach, foods naturally rich in electrolytes can support hydration efforts. Bananas, sweet potatoes, and yogurt offer potassium. Nuts and seeds provide magnesium. Dairy products supply calcium, all working together to maintain the electrical balance needed for cramp-free muscles. How many glasses of water do you usually drink in a day? The traditional recommendation of 8 glasses is a reasonable target for many, but individual needs vary based on activity level, climate, and overall health. One simple way to monitor your hydration status is to observe the color of your urine. Pale yellow generally indicates good hydration, while darker yellow suggests you might need more fluid. Perhaps we can keep each other accountable in prioritizing hydration as a fundamental aspect of cramp prevention. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most powerful, yet they require the consistency that comes from making them part of our daily rhythm. As we've explored these 5 remedies: magnesium-rich foods, heat therapy, apple cider vinegar, gentle stretching, and mindful hydration, you may have noticed that they share common themes. They're gentle, they work with your body's natural processes, and they address not just the symptom of cramping, but its underlying causes. Cramps may seem small in the grand scheme of health concerns until they take away your sleep, your walk in the park, or your peace of mind. The pain itself is temporary, but the impact on your quality of life, the interrupted sleep, the hesitation to engage in activities, the anxiety about when the next cramp might strike, can be substantial, but you don't have to live with them. These 5 approaches offer different paths to relief, and you might find that some work better for your particular situation than others. The beauty of home remedies is that you can experiment safely, listening to your body's feedback and customizing your approach. Magnesium, warmth, simple stretches, hydration, and a touch of vinegar. These aren't magical cures, but they are gentle tools you already have at home. They represent the wisdom of generations combined with modern understanding of how our bodies work, especially as we age. I invite you to consider, which of these remedies resonates most with you? Which one will you try tonight? Or perhaps you have a home remedy that's helped you in the past that you'd like to share with others who understand this particular discomfort. Growing older doesn't mean growing helpless in the face of physical challenges like muscle cramps. Rather, it means growing wiser, developing a deeper understanding of your body's changing needs, and responding with appropriate care. Wisdom is knowing how to listen to your body with attentiveness and kindness, recognizing that even discomfort can be a teacher if we're willing to learn from it. The remedies we've discussed today are part of a larger approach to aging well, one that combines knowledge with compassion for our changing bodies. They remind us that often the most effective solutions are not the most complex or expensive, but rather those that work in harmony with our body's natural processes. As you move forward from this discussion, I hope you'll carry with you not just specific techniques for addressing cramps, but also a renewed appreciation for your body's remarkable capacity for healing when given the right support. Each of these remedies represents a form of self-care, a way of honoring your body's needs with thoughtful attention. If you found this exploration of cramp remedies helpful, consider sharing it with someone in your life who wakes up with cramps or mentions this particular discomfort. Sometimes the greatest gift we can offer each other is practical knowledge that eases suffering in tangible ways. And as we continue this journey of learning together about living well, growing strong, and aging with grace, remember that each step you take toward better understanding your body is valuable. Whether it's incorporating a nightly magnesium-rich snack, keeping a heating pad by your bedside, or simply remembering to hydrate throughout the day, these acts of self-care accumulate into a foundation of better health. I'd love to hear which of these remedies you decide to try first, or if you have wisdom of your own to share about managing cramps effectively. Your experience matters, not just for your own well-being, but potentially for others who might benefit from what you've learned along the way. Let's keep learning together, supporting each other with practical knowledge and genuine care as we navigate the beautiful, challenging journey of living in bodies that change and evolve throughout our lives. After all, true health isn't the absence of challenges. It's having the knowledge and resources to meet those challenges with confidence and grace. Thank you for spending this time exploring these remedies with me. May they bring you comfort when you need it most, and may you sleep soundly tonight, free from the interruption of painful cramps.